welcome back. The Mini ROK class is up next, and earlier I spoke to the championship leaders, Taylor Orridge, going off pole for this one. I asked him if he was expecting this level of dominance this season.
Not really at all. We just came in to see what it was like. I liked it, so we just kept on going with it.
And what's your experience before this year then?
So we did a lot of IAMEs. We did that for 2 years, and we did Bambino for 3 years, and we won the British Championships in that.
And Clay Pigeon this weekend. Whereabouts do you live?
Nottingham.
So fair old trip down here to Dorchester. Not your local track, obviously, but is it a track you like?
Yeah, it's the first time here, so on Friday I didn't really know what we were doing, and I went out and I just wanted to learn the track, and then we were quite quick, and then I just like the track because of the pace of the track. It's quite a fast-paced track.
And you won again yesterday. I guess if you win today, you're going to take a commanding championship lead moving forward to the next round, I guess. Are you beginning to think about winning the championship at this stage?
A little bit, but we still got a big challenge, and it doesn't come that easy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, good luck today.
Thank you.
Pole position then for Taylor Orridge from Aidan Hassan, with the Knight brothers in third and fourth from Charlie Pritchard and Luke Sindler, Leo Jackson and Zico Hopkins-Collis, the Australian, from Alfie Gallagher and Craig Evans in the top 10. Then it's Oliver Stilp from Ty Cuthbert, Zane Quaker and Lucius McDermott from Kira Harris and Jacob Woods. This should be a really thrilling battle in Mini ROK. The championship rumbles on here at Clay Pigeon, and we've had some epic encounters in its first British Championship season of 2019, and we are away and ready. Oliver Stilp has decided to be the only driver to take the gamble to go for wets as we get underway, and Aidan Hassan's got the lead early doors, but Taylor Orridge straight back up the inside. We're on board with Luke Sindler, as that is Will Knight, who's gone a little bit wide and lost a couple of positions.
There goes Stilp, the only man on wets, and it is really coming down now. It's stuck. They were putting wets on in Parc Ferme. They changed to slick.
Oh, and a spin!
That's Ty Cuthbert gone.
It looks like two of them actually. Cuthbert went. Now, interestingly, look, Aidan Hassan apparently is a little way in front as well at the start. I don't think that's going to be investigated.
0.071.
But interestingly, that's a precedent because it's slightly more than we saw in the Mini-Max and Junior Rotax race, isn't it? Zach Knight makes his move, battling wheel to wheel, battling with Alfie Gallagher.
We're on board here with Luke Sindler. We've got various onboard cameras in this one down the inside of Gallagher, and that's a great move by
Stilp is
Sindler.
leading. Look how fast Stilp is leading on the wet tyres. He's pulled out a here he is. He's obviously decided that the gamble was worth it, and he's made it stick as Gallagher goes sideways, nearly spins in front of Sindler, just catches it as Zach Knight sweeps by into fifth position, and the two carts off there we can see up in the distance. That is Cuthbert and Zico Hopkins-Collis as Alfie Gallagher's gone around. Alfie Gallagher spins into Hans Hairpin.
Well, he was looking for a move down the inside under a wave yellow, so it's probably just as well it didn't work. Otherwise, he could have been excluded, could have got a black flag for that.
Very true. Cuthbert has recovered, but Oliver Stilp is your leader. Then Taylor Orridge in second. Third is Aidan Hassan as Alfie Gallagher gets back on to the circuit once again, but sadly, that will see him tumble all the way down to about 14th to 15th position. Cuthbert's got going again, albeit a lap down now, of course. And I think the Australian, Zico Hopkins-Collis, one of the nicest young men in the field, is sadly going to be out of luck. Now, did Will Knight go off as well? Because he hasn't come through. Oh, and a spin in front of us!
That's Craig Evans. Craig Evans goes round.
What a shame for Craig.
It's all kicking off here, Jake.
Well, another charming young chap in Craig Evans.
Let me just complete what I was saying earlier. They'd all put slicks on, or they'd all put wets on, rather. Then they went for slicks.
There goes Evans.
That's Evans going around on his own and impeding. Is that Leo Jackson behind him, isn't it?
It is. So he was very lucky to get away with that.
He was. There's 91 Lucius McDermott with Kira Harris in behind. They put, let's complete what I was saying, if I can get my worms out.
Yep.
They put wets on, then it started drying, it stopped raining, they all put slicks on, and the man that didn't is the man that's out front now by 6.6 seconds. Oliver Stilp took the chance. Now, here's the thing.
That's Will Knight.
That's Will Knight on the 88 going across the grass. Now, here's the thing, though, Jake. I want to say this. I understand he's got 10 pound of pressure in the tyres. Here's why I think that's wrong. If it pours down with rain, you're the only man on wets, you're winning the race by a mile anyway, as we see the 44 Zane Quaker making up a place. His family in Iraq, big shout out to them, by the way, watching in Iraq. We've got about 12,000 viewers watching in Iraq, not as many as Cambodia, 12,800 in Cambodia, Jake, but shout out to them. Jacob Woods leading the battle for P9. And now let me get back to what I was saying about pressures. If you put 6 pound of pressure in the tyres, that can give you an extra lap or more, as we see Jackson making up a place on Knight. It can give you an extra lap or more if it starts to dry out, because if it pours down with rain, it doesn't matter, you've only got 6 pound in tyres, you're the only man on wets, you're going to win by a mile anyway.
Yep.
You have to factor in, when you're the only one on wets, if it stops raining and it dries out, as indeed it's done now. It's now actually stopped raining.
Yeah,
this is a great battle by the same play between Jackson and Will Knight for 7th and 8th place. Knight just holding on at the moment, but it stopped raining and Jackson gets the place back. Fantastic action on track. It stopped raining. Now what's the lead at the moment? 12.4 seconds. But it stopped raining
yes,
now.
It has. Yes,
this
it has.
is now when you only want 6 pound of pressure in the tyres.
And 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go is an eternity.
Absolute age.
So this is going to be the race for the field to charge back to Oliver Stilp, isn't it? Stilp has got the call right for the first half of the race. For the second half of the race, I fear he might have got it wrong.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But it has stopped raining. There's still a little bit of moisture about in the air, but it's not like it was earlier on in the first couple of laps when he was making hay while the sun didn't shine.
So the gap was 12.4. It's up to 13.6, but that's because there's still residual moisture on the circuit. And again, these two still battling away, Jackson and Knight. And now we've got a battle going on as well between Oliver Stilp and the back markers. He's just lapped Ty Cuthbert, but Oliver Stilp any second now is suddenly going to find that his kart has got absolutely no grip at all.
That's Leo Jackson picked out as a man with the onboard camera.
Still
That's
battling
Knight
with Will Knight.
Behind him.
Knight's
Knight
going to go
down
for
the
the move.
inside.
Does he get through? Well, he does, but can he blend back on the undercut? Yes, nicely done from Leo Jackson. This is the kind of race where you learn how to be a world champion. These are the kind of conditions you just sap up knowledge. You soak up so much wisdom.
What's the time? There you go, 13.6.
And
Hassan's
now
become 13.4 with Hassan now up to second place.
Yeah,
Orange now down
that's
to
crucial.
third.
There he is. There's Aidan Hassan. He's gone into second place. Now he's leading the cavalry. Taylor Orridge in third, Sintler in fourth.
Key moment in the race there. 13.6 becomes 13.4. Now we'll see what's going to happen. It stopped raining. As you say, Jake, it's still wet on track. You can see it's still damp, but the track will start to produce a dry line now. And that gap now, this next lap is going to be very interesting because with, 5 minutes 50 on the clock at the moment, we'll see how far the gap has been reduced by in that one lap.
So they come across. Look, that's a good 7/10. So here we go. This is the critical moment. And these guys are going to find plenty of traction as the circuit starts to come back to them. The key element is, well, you can see that there's spots of rain on the camera lens here for Luke Sintler as he chases after Taylor Orridge. And you're sitting there thinking, well, Oliver Stilp's on wet tyres. He's got a massive lead. Yes, but what you have to understand is that yes, it has been raining, but can you see any spray off those tyres? It's not enough.
No,
it's not enough to cope for the wet tyres. There won't be enough water to collect in the tyres to give it the grip it needs to go forward.
McDermott leads that little battle there from Woods and Harris. That's a battle for ninth place. McDermott, the novice.
Now Hassan has got Orridge and Sintler pushing him further forward. They are going to be absolutely charging, and the gap comes down to just under 12. So
1.1 seconds on that one lap alone, and that's going to go up. It's going to increase that time. This is going to be fascinating. This is going right to the last lap, I think.
Well, I've seen a few races like this where one driver's been able to disappear out in front. Let's not forget last year, of course, in Super 1. We had that amazing scenario at Rowra, didn't we, in Mini X30 last year when one lone driver, Jacob McComb, decided to go onto wet tyres.
He lapped everybody that day.
And he lapped everybody that day.
Because it started raining and stayed raining. That's Kira Harris picked out on the 20.
Well, this is the complete reverse because one guy's gone onto the wets. It's been the perfect call, but it's stopped raining. So now all the dry runners are going to charge after it. A bit of a blip on the timing screen, and that's going to be corrected shortly.
So
once it does,
looks like 10.7 seconds now. So again, another 1.1 second that lap.
Yeah, so that's going to increase, as we mentioned, over the course of the next few laps. 4 minutes on the clock The 9th position, we've got Lucius McDermott, the rookie, on the gold chassis, running in front of Jacob Woods and then Kira Harris. And good to see these guys getting into the battle. Lucius McDermott, the rookie, handling the conditions very well, perhaps a little better than some of the other contemporaries around him who've got a bit more experience.
Yeah, it's a great battle though. Those are the battles you want to come out on top at this stage of your career.
It was 10.7, look, it's 9.6. They're absolutely slashing it. And this is a short circuit as well, 830 metres. So the laps are just going to tick down, tick down, tick down, tick down all the way through. And Hassan and Orridge are going to get close enough to Oliver Stilp.
Just
about, I think.
6 or 7 lap-ish to go. And if it increases 1.1 second a lap, they've been quicker, but the track is drying.
Yeah, if there's
so
no more
that's
rain,
going to become that could become 2.5 seconds.
I think it could be, because if there's the thing is, there's no rain, but there has been rain. So as those wet tyres continue to go, they will start to get hotter. They'll start to crave the water even more, and that will slow you down. Look, 7.9 now.
Yeah,
that's absolutely slashed the gap.
And
We've got time to do this.
When you go out and you're on wets, go with it absolutely. If you're the only person on wets, it makes no sense to go with double-digit air pressure in the tyres. £6, and I say £6 because I know we've run that ourselves, not necessarily on these tyres, but they can take it. If you're the only one on wets, go out with £6, because as I said before, if it pours down, you're the only one on wets. You can't lose the race. You're going to win by a mile anyway. All right, £6 not optimum if it pours down, but you're going to win by a mile. But if it dries out like now, this could, in fact, I'm pretty sure, with £6 in the tyres, and I know he's got 10, it would arguably be enough for him to hold on here, but I'm not sure he's going to, the way things are going.
It's going too fast. The gap's down to 6.4. I think Hassan and Orridge are going to catch Oliver Stilp before the end of the race, but you've got to give Stilp the credit for rolling the dice and going for it as Cuthbert moves aside and allows the 24 of Charlie Pritchard, who is battling with Zach Knight for 5th position, to go through without impeding him. So good work from Ty Cuthbert. It's not the easiest situation to be in when you've spun off on the first lap, but he's done the right thing. He's got out of the way, and his opportunity will come back next time.
Yeah, races for Bill Base, of course.
4.7.
Oh, that's huge now.
Yeah,
that's huge.
With a minute and a half, this is going to happen.
They're going to get him with just over a lap and a bit to go, I think.
The big question is going to be, they're easily going to catch him with the time we've got left now, the way things are currently standing. Can Oliver Stilp make his car wide enough to cope with Hassan and Orridge?
I don't think so. At the time that they're going to catch him, they're going to have at least a lap or more.
There they are.
They'll just drive around the outside of him, Jake.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one, but
that's the race leader.
Everybody with the Mark Baines Motorsport squad is going to be bouncing up and down on tenterhooks. Come on, guys, you can catch him. It's down to less than 3 seconds now. Hassan can sense victory at Clay Pigeon.
You can hear Mark Baines on the outskirts of that camera there. Just as well we couldn't hear exactly what he was saying. I think he was cheering on his little mucker, I think he was.
Well, I tell you what, Hassan and Orridge could end up getting into a squabble themselves for the victory. Never mind 2nd position, because Orridge is still right there behind Hassan.
This is about these two now. They're going to catch him. There's 2 laps to go. In fact, he's not going to get to the line in time.
I think it's going to be the next lap that he might be able to get him. Look how quickly
they're going to get him on this lap coming up now. They're going to get him. They're just going to drive around the outside of him and have nothing to do about it. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. If he had £6 in the tyres, I think he would have won the race. He's got 10. It's too much. They're going to do him down into the hairpin.
Yeah, surely now.
Hassan just go around the outside of him.
Here he goes.
Has he given it? It's the inside line.
Plenty of traction, but still holds it nicely. And Hassan's now going to try and drive around the outside of the horseshoe.
Down the inside.
Stilp's going to hold it. Orridge is going to sweep to the inside line, and Orridge is going to take the lead away from the 43 of Oliver Stilp. Hassan now gets him, and so now we've got a final lap furore between these two. Taylor Orridge and Aidan Hassan. 1 lap to go here at Clay Pigeon, and it's mano a mano between the teammates up front.
Oliver Stilp's heart just sank. He's trying to hold on to the podium now. I'm not sure he's going to do that. Orridge with the fastest lap. Last lap, half lap to go.
But look at Hassan. He's all over the back of Orridge. He's going to try and squeeze into the smallest gap in history into Hans Hairpin, and he gets through. Orridge gets him back again, but he still has the inside line for Horseshoe on the curb. They run sideways, nearly side by side all the way through, up through Buttons at the right, up towards the top end. This is going to be the moment of truth. Hassan is going to try and make his bid. They're going to come out together, side by side, running down to the straight. Who's going to get it? It's Orange! Orange by 2,000s! Oh, that's absolutely incredible! That is one of the closest battles for a finish you are ever going to see in karting anywhere in the world.
Amazing finish. Let's have another look at the replay. That is equivalent to 2/1000ths of a second, and it's Orange that just holds on. What a finish.
Wow, amazing battle, and Taylor Orange hangs on from pole position. A great battle. Hassan in second, Sittler in third. Kudos to Stilt for rolling the dice and being the gambler, but that's the closest mini ROK finish I have ever seen.
Taylor, at what point during that final did you realise the win was on? At what point?
The last lap.
Literally the last lap, not before then?
No, when I went across the line, because it was just so close between me and Eden, I didn't know what was happening.
But what about the race leader out there for a long, long time? At what point did you think, you know what, his tyres are going off?
I didn't really know, because I thought we were coming to back markers, and then I realised it was him, and I was like, I could win this.
And you did. Well done. Who do you want to thank for your win?
Oliver, my dad, and my granddad.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
A very happy family, I'm sure. Taylor Orange continues to hold the lead. The battle for second is getting proper tight between the Knight brothers. Luke Sindler in fourth position. Leo Jackson not far away in fifth place. It's going to be an interesting battle, but next up, it's Junior ROK.